Dave, well, just first with Blake Snell, I mean, it seems like outside of Yandy Diaz, he was kind of back where you guys wanted him to be, executing his pitches, and of course getting the swing and miss. Would you say that yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought Blake threw the baseball really well today. I thought, to be quite frank, he was a victim of this ballpark, and there are a couple of fly balls to right field that just went out, and it's the same field for both teams. But I still felt that he made pitches that he needed to make, and unfortunately got a little bit of bad luck. But yeah, first outing back, really good.
How rewarding is it just to now have him back and officially part of this rotation?
It's good. It's good, and just kind of seeing him out there and competing, making pitches, it just makes you feel better going forward. And I hope he doesn't, put too much credence in the line score, because got through 5, and I felt he could have won a little bit more, but obviously those 2 homers to score, but we got the pitch count up, got him up and down 5 times, and he'll be ready to go next week.
How surprised were you when that first one snuck out?
I was surprised, and I'm not all about the exit velo and all that stuff, but I heard it was 92 or 93, something like that, and I didn't think he got it good. And the other one, I thought he hit out of his glove, out of the catcher's glove. And but again, he put the bat on the ball, and the ball went out of the ballpark. But I was surprised. Even on the Caminera ball from Dreyer, I thought it was a fly ball, but wasn't to be.
What's the most encouraging stuff with Blake is especially how sharp the changeup and slider look, and being able to get swing and miss like he did.
Yeah, that was probably the most encouraging thing. I just thought overall, he's probably going to say that he didn't have great command, or there's some things to work on, which there always is. But yeah, the first one, I thought the secondary was good. I thought the fastball had life too.
What was the difficulty for the offense?
Yeah, I mean, we just certainly couldn't figure out Rasmussen. A lot of strikeouts, and then we once we got him out of the game, which I liked, and we got Clevenger, got a couple knocks against him, and we had the right guy at the plate, and unfortunately we just couldn't make it happen right there. They get a double play, and the threat is quelled. So that's baseball.
The strikeouts have been a recurring thing for over a month now. How much of a drag on the offense is that, and what do you see happening?
It's spiked. I don't know a timeline, but it's certainly the last 2, 3, 4 weeks. It seems like the strikeouts have spiked from the entire group. Obviously with that, there's more chase than end zone miss. I think it's just more of just kind of trying to shorten your swing and put the ball in play, have a 2-strike approach, because I do see a lot of the same 2-strike swings, or the same big swings that we would take in a hitter's count. And so you got to find a way to put the ball in play and force something to happen, because I think if you look at the strikeout rate, the last couple few weeks, it's certainly up there. Yeah, we got to get better.
Didn't have any walks tonight. How much about that is kind of related to the strikeouts and that approach, and how much you kind of attribute to the pitchers that were on the other side?
Well, I think it's like, if you look at certain hitters and counts, I think that when we get in good counts, I think right now we're a little too anxious, where you get into a hitter's count, then you chase secondary to then get the pitcher back into the count, to then get to 3-2 and then chase out of the zone. So I think it's a little bit victim of trying to do too much as a group. So yeah, we gotta find a way to kind of reset and just overall take better bats, have a 2-strike approach.
What did you see against Uceda and Fairbanks? Because like you said, it seemed like against Clevenger the momentum was kind of starting to build. Were those guys just shut down, or did you see something change?
Obviously a different arm. I thought Uceda came in and the sweeper, funky arm angle, threw strikes, went after our guys, put the ball in play early, was efficient to allow him to go back for the second inning. And then Fairbanks, just really good. And it was interesting to see him throw a couple changeups to Freddie, which he typically doesn't do, but it's high velocity. And, Shohei might have chased a 3-2 pitch at the top of the zone, curveball. But, I don't really have an answer.
When that's happening, do you sense opposing staffs where they're throwing, anticipating you guys to chase a little bit more? Does that kind of tie into it too in terms of just not getting as good of pitches to hit if you are expanding the zone?
I think so. I think there's something to that. Not giving in, knowing we're going to, swing, and clearly, our strikeout to walk ratio isn't where it needs to be right now. So there's a part of it. Certainly, I see when we get into hitters counts, there's a lot of secondary pitches that we're chasing. I do see that.
Like, when you look at your outing today, I think it's fair to say outside of Yandy Diaz, and even some of those, it's kind of just the ballpark here. Did you feel like how you were executing your stuff, that you just felt really good with this return to the big league mound?
Yeah. I got to kind of go over it, debrief, see what I liked, didn't like. I like that I was in the zone more than I thought I would have been. Trying to feel it out again. So I like that. I was in the zone. I was confident. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew, the first homer to Yandy, that was not a good pitch. I thought, to him. The second homer, I thought that was a really good pitch to him, and it was just a good result for him. But yeah, overall, in the zone, curveball would get better. Changeup I was happy with. Sliders happy with. Fastball command could get better. So there's just things I got to work on. But overall, first start back, emotions, and there's a lot that I'm dealing with to get better. So it was a good start. The worst part is we lost, and I go out there to win. So got to get better and find a way to win. But definitely something to build on, learn from, and get better.
How encouraging is it to you, especially with the changeup and the slider, to kind of have those pitches working as well as they were today in the first one back?
It's been feeling good. The rehab process. Reno was tough because the ball just doesn't move there. So I was, pretty sporadic that start, but for a good reason. And I was adjusting how I threw the changeup just to try to get movement. So then to have this start and be, back, behind the ball and throwing it just like the fastball and getting swing and misses, that was a good feeling. It's where it needs to be.
Pretty good about where you're at overall, just coming back now, having 2 months to go here the rest of the season, just kind of getting where you want to be for the stretch run of the year?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was getting back, being able to pitch, learn. I think that's the biggest thing, and it's the first one, and happy to get out of the way and learn, and I got 5 days to really see how much better I can get, and then go face Toronto and see what work I did to get ahead of where I'm at now.